get our there we go. Get our meeting started.
All right, let's
Yay!
open with a round of applause for our technical master. We appreciate you so much, Danny Sadler. Thank you for gathering us with confidence and poise.
I appreciate you. Oh, got more people popping in. Okay, so
Perfect.
exciting.
There's Jess. Hell, I feel like is anyone old enough to remember Romper Room with the magic mirror and you look through it and I see Tiffany, I see Alyssa, I see Maria, I see Jess.
I watched SpongeBob.
Yeah, no. Romper Room. It's worth the YouTube. It's worth the YouTube to look up. So the best. It's the magic mirror. This is the magic mirror to me.
Awesome. So let's fire it up with some Reco. I'm so excited to hear about everybody's past week and all the things. Okay, so we want to know, we're going to count up. You can raise your hand, wave at us. We want to know who opened their store and sold some product. Who's getting some money in their wallet? Yes. Awesome. Did anybody have a star week where they sold $300 or more?
Any stars out there?
Because a star consultant would be 300 or more sales in the week, put you on target.
Do any of our seasoned consultants want to explain to our new beauty consultants who are in their first year of business? Why do we call a $300 week a star week? Can anyone just break that down to, because it can be a little confusing. Anyone?
Crickets.
Can I try?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, please.
So I think it means that if you have a $300 week and you're consistent, then you're on target to reach the star. No, what's the word? There's always a competition for each month to be a star consultant, and it puts you on track to achieve that.
The operative word, consistent, Maria, that is really what makes the difference, right? So the I'm trying to type and talk at the same time, and I can barely type when I'm not talking. Um, so consistent, right? So it's actually a quarter. Every quarter, we have 4 quarters in the year to be a star consultant. We have an all-star prize at the end of the year, which is kind of exciting. And if you're looking, how do I track star consultants? One of the many ways is consistent $300 weeks, week after week after week in sales will take you to that 1,800 wholesale each quarter. Now we know that life happens, so sometimes you might sell 250, but sometimes you might sell 450. So we're looking for that average. But then the next fun part of that game is to up it by 10% every month. And then you go from being a sapphire star to being a ruby star to being an emerald star, and the prizes get bigger alongside the profits, which is kind of cool. So, all right. Um, do we have any quarter 2 stars on the screen that we can recognize from last quarter? Who starred last quarter? I know Catherine did. Yay. All right. Fantastic. So that's terrific. All right. How about any sharing appointments? Did anyone do any sharing appointments this past week?
And Tiffany, you will learn the verbiage, so don't panic.
All right. Well, this is a perfect segue to what's happening right now. Our bingo board, we had 2 opportunities to earn our squares. One was to share products with somebody. Did anyone have a product sharing, a facial experience last week? All right. So I know y'all are coming back from the holidays, but I want you to know that the bingo board is not time sensitive in the fact that if you missed week 1, you're out of the running. You are not. You can check off every box on the bingo board in the last week of the game if you're a master procrastinator who has genius at a deadline. I don't recommend that method, but it's better than not finishing. So so you still have time to add that face to your bingo board. And then I saw lots of Mary Kay posts this week. And don't forget to hashtag Mary Kay Bingo because that was one of our other squares. Now, this week, the squares are to share Mary Kay with the opportunity information with someone, right?
Okay, sorry.
And what was our second one, Dan? Make that big for me.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, last week was Pamper Some People and post on your social, which just makes me very jazzed.
Yeah.
um, and then here we are. Today is the first day of week 2.
Yeah. So share the Mary Kay opportunity with someone new. And again, if you're not sure they're interested, you can honestly just get their opinion. So it can be someone that you really respect and value, and then use any of our digital tools. And bonus points, if you're going to post about it, like you could use that digital tool, post a selfie of your selfie in the Skin Analyzer app and hashtag it Mary Kay Bingo, right? Like let the frenzy begin. So super, super exciting stuff, because the more we're out there, as we learned from Danny's class this week, the more we're out there, the more layers we have with the people we serve. Like it's kind of like your parents used to say to you, you never know who's watching.
Mhm.
So, right. All right,
Mhm.
Danny, do I owe you a cup of coffee this week?
You do not. My sales were like 675 this week. So,
Well, you beat me. I was closer to about 500. So,
okay. But I
we
did
don't
get
owe me
2
coffee
newbies
there.
this week. So,
Oh,
and Tiffany was
girl.
one
Is
of
that how
them.
is that how we have the privilege of meeting Tiffany?
Sorry,
Is
say that
Tiffany
again.
is Tiffany one of your newbies this week?
Yes, Tiffany's
Yay.
my 1 week old.
Welcome. Welcome again, Tiffany.
Thank you. I've bought in a lot of products since then, and some of it I don't even know how to use.
Every
Yeah,
couple of weeks, she's like, let me get this. Okay, now let me get this.
yeah, I love our new format that you can order as little or as much as you want, depending on the avenue you choose to get your product. It just really makes it so much more accessible. So that's going to be a great opportunity for both our seasoned and our new consultants to really have a little more instant gratification. Is there anyone besides me who used to wait to try things once in a while so they could put a bigger order in? Like I used to sometimes wait so I could save on the shipping, but now I'm like, oh, you could get a little of this, a little of that. Like there's a couple different ways to go about it. So that's kind of cool. All right. Do we want to do a little pink brag time?
Yes. Yes. And tell our
All right.
newbies what is a pink brag.
All right. So a pink brag is something that you can like be a little proud of in the pink circle. So it could be your first booking. It could be you called a scary person. It could be that you sold $100. It could be you said yes to the opportunity. It could be that you can see the top of your desk. It could be like you could have got a new black skirt so you feel like a rock star at career conference. Like if it makes you feel good in your business, we want you to share it because that's where inspiration comes from that authentic activity that we're all taking the time to do. So does anyone have a little pink brag they want to share?
Just a tiny thing.
All right, Maria.
So I was trying to use my time productively before this meeting started, and I hear a lot us talking about income producing activities. And I decided that one of the things I do with some consistency, but maybe not frequently enough, is I send out those Mary Kay beauty news cards. And so I got on my In Touch page and I got in touch with my customers in several different personalized groupings, and I sent out some beauty news cards, and I got a response back within minutes from a client that hasn't ordered in a while. And I think she's going to get some of our new concealer from me very soon.
Oh, yay, good job. So let's talk about a couple of things that you did right. So you are layering, right?
Layering.
And you are personalizing. So you didn't just do one sweeping group message, which you certainly can. That is a great layer. But then you went a step further and customized those messages to the different groups that you thought would be interested in them. So if you're not familiar with the MKE cards, that's a great tab to click on and kind of sort through and see like there's congratulate and new products and happy birthday and all kinds of great opportunities to reach out. Some are pre-formatted and some are blank stationery. So you can actually customize your own message. And then in addition to that, you can, Maria, did you use tabs? Is that how you grouped your,
No, I went in and out several times because I don't know
okay,
how to do the tab thing,
okay.
but I I started with step one and selected a particular card with some specific people in mind. And then I made a group message that was tailored for that small group. Yes, that's right. So I went through
Look at
these
our technical
cards.
genius over there sharing the e-cards. I love it. Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
So Okay, so there's a way to sort your customers by tab by group, and we can do a quick little tutorial on that either before we'll squeeze it in at the end, or we can actually just pop on and make a video for you guys. But like some certain tabs, like one of the tabs I have is like nurses, and another is teachers, right? Because we have Nurses Week and Teachers Week. Another tab I have is single girls. So like if I was having a Galentine's Day event, I would call my single girls first. Another tab I have is Valia from Repair. Another tab I have is Tiffany, sensitive skin. Right? When they're allergic to air and water, I've got something for you. I have a Glamour Girls tab, so I can easily pull up my color junkie. So like when we launch new color product, like maybe in the winter. Oh, I didn't see anything, right? No, I mean not. Could be. And you get to know because you're here first. So, those would be the people that I would launch that to. If I have men that use the product that their significant others get it, like a MK Men tab. So I know that my men who purchase for themselves is a much smaller demographic than the women who purchase for the men in their lives. So if I know they purchase the MK Men's line, then I like can tab them for that. So that's another way to be very like I love what you said, Marie. You said I was efficient before the meeting. So having tabs is another way to level up that efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Thank you, Maria. All right. Who else has a brag to share?
Heather's at a basketball game, but she said she went to Saddle Up for Success on Saturday and learned so much.
Fantastic. And I see two more online Saddle Up for Success girlfriends. We see Catherine and Jess. So you can give us a little brag for that. Thank you for being on and being committed. And then Sue came in person, and Sue was also like you, Tiffany, in her first year of business. Right, Sue, second month. But
Yeah.
so Sue also came to Saddle Up, which was great. Sue, would you like to share a takeaway from the event? Are you comfortable sharing your impression of the event?
Yes, let me think because it was like I really enjoyed all the presentations. And I guess I like being a fly on the wall and I like seeing all the presentations. I'm trying to think there was so many things. I love Danny's social media stuff.
Thank
So
you.
I've been playing around with that, like putting my website on, taking my political stuff off.
Ah,
Ah,
Yeah, and
Make me proud.
no more of that. And so I've been playing around with that. And I actually got a text message yesterday. I got a $118 sale for somebody that just
woohoo!
randomly texted me that she wanted product and saw I was a Mary Kay. So
yes,
I'm
social
not sure
media.
what is the protocol there? Are we supposed to ask, do you have somebody or
I always respond with thank you so much for your enthusiasm for our products. Tell me, has someone introduced you prior to me? Like, tell me
okay,
how
because
you're aware of us. I just always ask. So,
I kind of felt bad. I was like, I didn't know what to say.
the rule of thumb is if she has a great relationship with her consultant, she's probably not reaching out to you, right? Like if her consultant's doing her job, she's getting mailing, she's doing all the things. She could People who are well taken care of by their beauty consultant, even if they're good friends, cousins, whatever, will typically say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I love Mary Kay." And then if you say, "Great, would you like to be on my list or whatever?" They're like, "Oh, I have a girl." Like they know they have a girl. So there's a strong chance she had a girl who maybe retired, moved out of the area, like all kinds of things happen. So but I always also do my due diligence. I always say, Mary Kay consultants are a lot like husbands. You can have more than one, but not at one time. And it's just, and then I explain it so that we can really, we try and keep records and keep product stock based on their preferences and all of that. So I never really want to
Yeah.
turn anyone away. Um, but I always want to reinforce the really, and if they say, "Oh, I just really want to support you," I'm like, "Oh gosh, girl, then you can refer your friends to me, all the things." But if you have someone who takes great care of you, then, I want to encourage you to honor that relationship. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna dig a little deeper, but
yeah.
yeah, just to make sure.
But I always tell people save my number because your beauty consultant could win the lottery. Like, and you'd be surprised how many times a beauty consultant is like, "Oh, I just decided I wanted to try selling Norwex." I mean, it depends. Like,
Mhm.
it just depends. So we say women are here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? So with that being said, we want to always be, we like I'm a career consultant, so I want everyone to know that all the time. But also, you may be a beauty consultant with me for 5 years, and then you may move to the Bahamas. right?
Yeah.
So all of the people that you've brought to my events might be comfortable shopping with me in the future because they've already met me. So I would encourage you, just, just like you've done with your personal site, you've created your web page, you've created an environment for business, right? Like you took your political stuff off, that kind of stuff. You just create the kind of connection for business. Like I honor what's in front of you, I honor the relationships you have, and I'm here for you if should your needs change.
Yeah.
That's great perspective. So
I have to try to figure out how to get all the women at work. There's so many women at work, and I'm kind of struggling with how to approach people, even though I've been in direct sales before. I'm being shy, and I got to stop that. But I've been throwing books around. I got a lip liner order today from a book at work, so
that's great.
we'll see.
We'll talk some strategies then, so you can
Mhm.
have, because also not only is the business at work important, but boundaries at work are important too, so that you have
Yes.
peace and focus. So there are some certain things depending on your environment that we really suggest to help not only grow your business, but protect your sanity. So,
Yeah.
all right. Jess, would you like to share any of your takeaways from our event this weekend?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for making a virtual portion of it. I think that it was valuable to me. I really liked how, even though they don't say it all the time, they're doing the basics, especially when presenting. So as each director got up, they essentially did Mrs. Cab. They stood up and talked about the money they've made, their why, their recognition, um, the car program. Everybody spoke about Mrs. Cab, and I liked that it really kept a focus on what we do. Like, we're not off in the weeds. This is the Mary Kay way. And it was really, Mrs. Cab was presented in more than one way. And I thought it was great. Thank you.
I love that that's what you saw, 30 years of events, and it never occurred to me that our introductions are Mrs. Cab.
I didn't either. That was first for me too.
Jess, we owe you. But it's true, right? Because each of ours is why we do Mrs. Cab at a beauty show. So Mrs. Cab, money, recognition, cars, advancement, security, and C, Mrs. Yeah, be your own boss.
And be your own boss, yes.
Your own boss. So we do that same exact marketing at parties and groups because something different resonates with each person, right? So if you're there for the money and you hear a director say, oddly, after the event, a beautiful consultant in another unit named Tiffany came up to me and she said, I'm in customer service. And I said, fantastic. She said, I didn't really think my customer service would relate to this, but now I'm going to go home and work a little differently. And we had a great conversation, exchange information. And I think that's another part of the story that has such great value, right? You can see yourself in someone else and it closes the gap between how do I, can I, am I, it's like if she can, so can I, which is really still the foundation of my career when I'm learning new things. If she can do it, so can I. you know, so
Awesome.
all
Well,
right.
Maria was there in person too. Maria, can you give us a quick little synopsis of what your takeaway was?
Sure. I was just looking back on my notes because I have the little notebook that I carried to the Settle Up for Success. And one of the things I was just reviewing and looking at was I loved Diane's visuals when she talked about setting up and prepping for a party. And it was nice for me in my head to go, yep, got that. Yep, do that. Oh, that's a great idea. Because I loved also someone else in the group talked about having a go bag ready, always be ready for a party. And I think that's an important mental part is to be prepared. So I've been doing that. I have 2 Mary Kay bags, both ready to go. I periodically check them and recheck them. But I really loved Diane's visuals because sometimes you find yourself in a small space and you need to make it look cute and pretty. So I loved the ideas, tablecloth and so forth, all the things, so that you could just show up at a house or wherever and be ready in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So often I watched people set for appointments and I went with people, but I didn't process all that I was seeing. Like I saw the tablecloth go on the table, but I never processed the tablecloth was the last thing in the bag. Do you know what I mean? Like so when I pack it, I'd put it like in its cute little spot so it wouldn't get wrinkled. But now I've got to unpack my entire, so it's just those little nuances that the order of operations kind of, what do they call the SOP, standard operating procedure, right? If you develop your SOP to serve your end goal. And yeah, if you've never done a Mary Kay party in a studio apartment with more people than chairs, you haven't gotten creative yet. So it's a good problem to have, so having a few little tricks up your sleeve really help.
Yeah.
So
how about Alyssa, what was your takeaway from the weekend?
I mean, kind of what Diane was kind of saying with it, if it's just looking at all the other women that were there and what they were saying, I mean, if I can do it, then well, if they can do it, then I can do it. And just hearing how some people, it's not perfect for everyone. Like there was not a single person there who could have said that their journey through Mary Kay has been easy. And like there's things that happen in your life that occur, and it just like you can use that in your story after the fact.
After the
And
fact, keyword, good
yeah,
insight.
and I feel like I was just almost in tears throughout like half of it because I was just like, oh my gosh, like hold yourself together. And but yeah, it was just like the eye opener of like, it's not easy for everyone, even though it looks like it's easy for so many.
Yeah, it's sort of like a trip to the gym, right? Like you see a girl on the gym at the gym and she's got on the squat rack and she's got some weights on there and maybe you're still struggling with the bar. And we never realized that like maybe she lives in an apartment complex and they plowed in the morning and she had to shovel herself out to get there,
Yeah.
right? Like there's all that behind the scenes. Like our business is such a simple concept, like teach women to wash their face, find other women who want to serve their circle, right? Like it's almost too easy. But like it's life, right? That's why we gather like this, because it's the support of life that like, hey, a setback is just help you get stronger overcoming those obstacles. And I think it's really important that we celebrate the wins, but we also share sometimes the behind the scenes, so because it gives the illusion otherwise that you need all the lights to be green on the thruway, and the truth is like no, sometimes you need the red light because you're still putting your mascara on. So Catherine was with us virtually. Catherine, is there something you would like to share? Because you're a seasoned veteran of events. Was there something about this particular event that resonated with you?
You're muted. Womp womp.
Okay, thank you, hostess, for unmuting me. I too am appreciative of the last minute opportunity to hop in online. I was really looking forward to attending, and I had my whole outfit picked out and everything ready to go. And my household kind of turmoil happened. It's a season right now. It's the reason why I'm doing my Mary Kay. But my biggest takeaway, similar to Maria's, and not to be a brown noser, but how Diane's message was loud and clear. It just clicked, resonated. But Maria, having your bags packed, let me just take you on a quick tour of my workspace. These are my bags that are packed and ready. And then after the show, I spent some time, I'm in my front room at my house. And for years, I've been nervous to set up my space. And after I heard Laura's training, I decided to just go for it with my grandma's
Oh, how
bureau.
beautiful is
And
that?
instead of having China, I set up my Mary Kay shop. So I put all of the fragrances that I'm able to demo out on display. I have my tools ready to go. This will be for my foundations. I found some of these. Danny kind of inspired me when she does when Diane and she do the things at Panera or whatever those events are. And then I haven't finished yet down here. It's kind of still a disaster zone, but I'm like ready to set up. I have a huge dining table that can disaster again, but can seat 12. So
Well, that's a pink brag too, girl.
Yeah.
It's a huge pink
Yeah.
brag. I
Just
love that.
ready. And then I loved this little tray Danny had. So I went and got one at Home Goods, and the
Oh,
excess skincare sits on it. So I'm really
fantastic.
looking forward to having this new year set up, because how Laura DeBatz shared, like, all the adversity she's had to overcome, and
Yeah.
challenges that she's had to commandeer in her life, and you never know it. And I love being safe and having the opportunity in the Mary Kay bubble, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer on everything. That's the deal in my world. Like, it doesn't matter, because asking people for bookings wrinkles to them if they don't want them. And I know I'm ready because everything's packed or on display
Yeah,
and
perfect.
ready to shell it out and go. So it was, I'm disappointed I wasn't there with my friends, because I love being in the space of everybody, but that was just a season, and
Yeah.
the next opportunity will be there. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm
And you
just,
seized your plan B, which is really you committed the time and stayed, which is really great. And to Catherine's point, right? She's got her bags ready. She's got her space in progress. It's that mindset that allows you to the next yes to come in close, to be magnetic, that we've heard at settle up to attract, not attack, right? Like Jenny even said online, attraction, attraction, attraction. People are drawn to you. So if you're prepared and ready to serve, then you set out that energy that yes, come to my circle. I'm here for you. I'm ready for you. I'm prepared for you. It's a different mindset when it comes to making those booking calls or chatting with the lady next to you in line at Wegmans. What if she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said something. I was about to get a mascara and forgot. Well, girl, what part of Lancaster do you live in? What are you looking for your mascara? Right? If you're prepared, you can literally grab your go bag and drop her off a mascara. Voila, you have a new client. If we're hot, what do we, hot mess express behind the scenes, then we're not as brave in our conversations. So being prepared is really a mindset shift as much as it is readiness. It's just so twofold. So I applaud all of you guys who are taking that seriously, because it makes a huge, huge difference. I know for myself, when I come back from a party, if I don't put my kit together that night or first thing the next day, when I sit down to make my booking calls, I feel different, you know? So, yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. So I know Danny Scott, do we want to do our booking count up before we queue up our training?
Yes, I was just looking at the agenda. I'm like, I lost the agenda.
You have two high eyes, right? Danny's pretty good with details, but I love recognition. So we actually wrote an agenda so that we don't keep you all here till breakfast, because we could just share and share and share.
Yes, and we'll have Heather and Steph. Our next meeting, I'll have you guys share again about your takeaways, because Steph was on virtually. She lives in
Oh,
Wyoming. And Heather was there in person. So in 2 weeks, I'll have you
okay.
guys share if that's okay.
Yeah. And as you guys are going through your notes this week, if there's something else you want to share, make a little note. It's the whole idea, like Danny and I can present and teach and do all the things, right? But it's the consultants in the field, kind of closer to where you're at, that are going to really give you those little nuggets to take away. And it's just, if you need an example to drive that home, think about, you go out there with your starter kit and your flip chart and all your fancy specials and all this other stuff, and your hostess is a longtime Mary Kay lover, and she puts her miracle set and her mask in the middle of the table and her lipstick from 1987, and her girlfriends want to know what she's using. You're like, dude, I'm the one who took the classes. And they're asking the hostess, well, what do you use? When do you use it? How do you use it? Right? Like, because they relate to her. So it's very much the same with you guys. Don't ever think that your takeaways in the moment, your experience, is not like something to share, because it really, for me, when I was a consultant, I always looked to the consultant to the left of me and the right of me, because I thought that my director had some kind of magic that came with her suit. So I was much more apt to take the advice of someone in a beauty coat than someone in a jacket.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do our booking count up.
All right.
That could be anything, like whether it's a sharing appointment book, you got somebody booked for bingo, a facial, a party, like anything Mary Kay related can be a booking. Okay. And if you're in my unit, we do have bingo virtually on Wednesday. So sorry, Kushal unit. I booked it before we did this together.
That's all right. I'll catch her. Don't worry, guys. But we also have a real bingo, like in person, if you're local, coming up February 5th, which is,
yes. Yeah, after our video training, then I'll share
yeah,
the announcements.
so
I'm pretty sure it is. I'll check it.
Yeah. All right.
I have to grab my notebook to take notes, but I kind of can't get up right now.
Aw.
Aw.
Sorry,
Dog
Pug, you get
paralysis.
There will be a replay.
Little
Yes, I will upload the playback to YouTube. It's like, what's the
All
word?
right.
The thing in the
Heather's
code.
got 6. Heather's at a basketball game weighing in with 6. All right. Does anyone want to unseat our reigning queen? Catherine's got 3. All right, Catherine. In a season of challenge, she's got her book working. Sue's got a couple people she's in play with messaging
On the
back and
hook.
forth. All right.
Yeah,
All
on the
right.
hook, but not solidified yet.
Okay. Tiffany's got a Friday booking, we know.
Yep,
All
almost
right.
are 8 people.
Woohoo! All right.
Still working on it.
All right. Anyone else want to weigh in? All right. Danny, what's our booking goal for each Monday meeting?
I always like to have 10 bookings on my date book at any given time because
Okay.
I know statistically 2 or 3 of them will bail. So if you have 10 bookings always on your date book, you never have to worry about it.
All right. So if you're full time, your 10 bookings will be in the next 2 weeks, right? Like if your Mary Kay's a business for you. And if you're hobby level or part time, they'll be over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So you can still play the game, you just play at a different timeline. All right. So, and it is true. It is true. Half of the people change the date or change their mind. And I don't want you to take that personally. I want you to think about, we're all about to fly out to Nashville, right? And I sent you the weather. I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but like, make sure your toothbrush is in your carry-on. And
yeah, it's okay.
So, but I want you to think about, have you ever been at an airport when they say, does anyone want to give up their seat, or they have extra seats available? It's because even people book airline flights and pay for them and don't get on them. Life happens. So you always just overbook, and no, sometimes the rescheduling has nothing to do with you. It's just their life, so we offer them grace. But if this is how we're paying the mortgage or the rent or the car payment or the groceries, our security comes in the fact that we handle our schedule knowing there will be reschedules. So,
yeah.
All right.
All right. Shall I share to the training?
Yeah, you guys, I'm so excited about this because once you have bookings, you get customers. And what the heck do you do with them, right? So here we go.
Yes. Okay. So bonus points to you if you have your binder ready to go. If you're like, Danny, what are you holding? Text your director. She will send you the link to all the things. So don't panic. It'll be okay.
I do have one question though.
Yeah.
The book, well, it's not a book.
Binder?
Yes, the binder, but the product in the purse bag thing that I got, it came with a binder. Could I use that binder?
That binder is for your flip chart. So you should have had some other sheets that were like kind of like they're like stuck together, like they're like in plastic.
Cellophane.
Oh,
Cellophane.
okay. Okay.
So you're gonna slap that in there. Yes, great question.
Okay.
All good. Okay, let me know if the sound is not good. And I will adjust accordingly. Okay. Me.
Hello again. My name is Tandy Fisher, $1 Million Sales Director from Rockford, Illinois, and this is video 2 in the 45 to Thrive series. So if you haven't seen video 1 yet, stop this recording and go back and watch it first. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about all of the print-offs from the collab that you're going to want to have in your binder, and I'll give you suggestions on regular paper cardstock or if it matters either way. Okay, but there are 2 things that I think will be helpful to purchase in addition to your binder. The first thing is going to be sheet protectors. So a sheet protector looks like this. You're going to want to have at least 25 of those, one for each of the products that are on the 25 product sheet for your 45 customers to be using. So those products that we talked about in the last video. Now, in the last video, I mentioned like silky setting powder or translucent powder. So you might want to have more than 25 of those sheet protectors and print even more of the products. That could maybe be this one or that one. Now, the place you're going to want to go to find your product fact sheet is you'll go to the little shopping bag icon on Mary Kay and Touch. And for this one example, you would type in oil-free eye makeup remover. And then when that comes up, click on it. And if you scroll down, you'll see product fact sheet. You want to print that product fact sheet, This one, for example, has two sides to it. So you'll print it back to back, slide it down in here. The reason for this is so you can get to know these products. You can get to know their features, their benefits, the buzzwords that Mary Kay teaches us to use. So it helps you to give even better customer service, the whole idea of this entire thing. And then you're going to want to put those in the back of your binder in the sheet protector. So they are always there and ready to go. It will also help you to have a really great place to go if you get a question from a customer. Okay, the next thing that you are going to want to print off is going to be the 45 to Thrive customer list. So this would be your sheet of 45 customers. Now, if you've been building your customer base and you already have 45 customers, write them down from the top customer down to the lowest one, or maybe you have even more than that. I've printed off 2 and started to get the names in there for this new year. But I printed off 2, and if you notice, I did them kind of back to back. So when I open this page of the binder, they can be written in. Oh, that was a sneak peek of like old ones. I just saw it flipping back there from the previous years. Look at that, back when we had to use a highlighter. I love that Erin put these pink, white, because these lines, by the time you get over here, is hard to remember which person that you're working on. Okay, so if you don't have 45 customers yet, just put in whatever customers you already have. And if you're brand new, well, get excited. You get to start building this and start building those customers. So what I do is I go through and put in my top, I will do 90, my top 90 customers. Now there's more than that, but I do the top 90 minimally. And then I will go in and put in or check mark anything that they have purchased in the last year. So then you have a good idea. If they've purchased it in the last year, they're using it still. There's a chance they're still using it. If they haven't ordered it in over a year, they've either run out or they never used it in the first place. So it could still be a good thing to put in there. Now you'll notice these are pretty small. One of the great things that Erin Marlowe did in this collab was she made this on Canva. So you can actually type the names in if you want to use it like on the computer or on your phone. You can do that. You can print it off and write it in like I've done here. You can use check marks on hers or on this. Another quick thing I'll show you is that with cleanser, if they're using Voluform, I use a V instead of a check mark. So you'll come up with your own little things the more you use this and the more customers that you're building. The other thing that you can do, if it would be easier for you and if everything you do is in your office, you could have this sent off to like FedEx Kinko's or a local print shop in a big version, because this is pretty small with pretty small print. So you could have a big version in your office and use a big board instead. So you have a lot of options there to be able to use. Okay, the next thing that you'll see in there is the sample tracker. Now, this is how you're going to keep track of the samples that you send out to your customers with the coupons that we're going to go through here in just a little bit. So one of the things that I'm going to teach you to do is if you have a customer that is using, let's say that she's using everything except for the Serum C plus E, or at least that's like one of the first things on the checklist. And maybe she's using lipstick, but not lip gloss. Well, if those are samples we currently have, which we do at the time of this recording, you could go on to Mary Kay under section 2, order those samples and send her 2 samples. I recommend mailing 2 samples at a time to a customer, whether this is just something that you come up with that, you're like, I don't know what to do right now. I don't have enough bookings. I want to get more sales. Well, here's something you can work on. Work on these 45 customers that you have already spent time to invest in and get to know and get on the products, and find the products she's not using and mail out 1 skincare item and 1 color item along with a coupon. Now the coupons are towards the back of the collab on the sheets that you can get there. You'll see them done this way, where there's a front and a back that you could print off just on cardstock and then paper cut them. I left them full to show you how they would look like that. I also had Erin put them just 1 per page, so you can send them off to Vistaprint, for example, if you want to. I have found that Vistaprint does a really great job of printing business cards. So you would print this in a business card fashion. So this is how you would use this gift certificate, for example. It's just a cute little picture on the front that she made that says gift certificate. And then the back, you'll notice, kind of matches it with that faded pink heart. And it says, Mary Kay Cash, $10 off a $40 purchase, valid blank to blank. Now, this one has the independent beauty consultant. That's just how it prints off. You can go in and put all your own information so they can be printed from your home computer this way, or you can send them off to Vistaprint or whatever other company with your information right on them, and they are ready to go in a box of cards, and it looks very professional. So the reason it has a valid blank to blank, you will fill that in with an ink pen. So let's say that you're going to mail out those samples of a lip gloss and a serum C plus E to your customer. Well, if I put it in the mail today and they live fairly close, I think they're going to probably get that in the next 2 days. I'm going to put valid 2 days from now, and then I'm going to go 2 weeks out. So I want this coupon to be good for about 2 weeks, and it's $10 off a $40 purchase. Now, as soon as you send that out, you can either, I've done both ways. I've written a little note at the bottom like, hey, Kate, I just noticed you aren't using 2 of my favorites. I'm sending you these samples. Can't wait to see what you think of them. And then I've also just mailed them out and follow up with a text. Hey, Kate, watch for your mail. I just sent you a couple of my favorite product samples that I think you're going to love. Can't wait to hear what you think. So either way, whether you write it or you follow up with a text. Now, this sheet is going to help you to keep a track of what you have sent and what date, because that gets a little thrown, it can get thrown off in your mind. So you'd put Kate's name, the samples that you sent, the date you sent, the expiration, and then this reminds you to follow up. Why is this so important? Out of all the ones I've mailed out, very few just give me a call or a text in order. Some have, but most of it happens in the follow-up. Again, great customer service. How many times have you gotten something in the mail and you're like, oh, I need to get back to that, and forget? But if somebody called you and followed up, like, there'd probably be a bigger chance, right? So you want to follow up with her. Now, I did put an example script at the bottom of this, like, hey, Kate, have you had a chance to try the sample I sent you in the mail? Just a quick reminder that your $10 off a $40 purchase coupon expires tomorrow. Is there anything you'd like to use it on? And the reason you end like that is it doesn't have to be Serum C plus E or lip gloss. She can use it off of whatever she wants to use it on. $10 off a $40 purchase means you're still going to profit. So that is really important when it comes to this. It's not just a straight cash amount. It's $10 off a $40 purchase. The other is you always want to end with a question when you are following up with a customer. So instead of saying like, let me know if there's anything you'd like to buy, you want to make sure you end with a question. Is there anything you'd like to use it on, or something like that? So it prompts her to give an answer back to you. So this is just a great tracker. You're going to end up needing multiple of these printed off with the more samples that you send out. Now, another great opportunity and time to give out samples with the coupons would be in a reorder. So whether you mail that reorder or somebody's picking it up or you're dropping it off, putting those right inside there, you've already spent the time or the money to ship it there. So you might as well add them into that too, and then track it on this tracking sheet. I hope you get excited about that. I really love that coupon in there. Now, while I'm talking about coupons, I'll go ahead and tell you about this one. This is another one. It just says a gift for you. And this one says the certificate is good for $10 in products redeemable at your skincare or color appointment. That you could use anywhere. You could use it to warm chat. You could throw it in every reorder bag. Like, you could put it anywhere because it's at a skincare or color appointment with you. So it's just something they might keep in their wallet, not get rid of, make sure that they have it there. All right, next one in here is the Faces Challenge. Now, this is just for you. You can have as many of these printed as you want. I would print the amount that goes with your goal. So there are 25 little faces on here, 25 ladies. And so maybe your goal is to have 25 new customers in a month. Maybe it's 25 new customers in 6 months. Maybe you're just going for Princess Court and it's 25 customers this year. But maybe you have a really huge goal and it's 25 customers this week that you are going to put product on, and you're going to be, whether that's through sample or in person. So whatever that is, it's just a place for you to track it. Now, I like to write their name here and then write in their face how much they purchased, just because then it's fun to track that too. All right, the next one that you'll see is the National Court of Sales Tracking Sheet. So we know that a tracked number grows, right? Mary Kay has taught us that. So we want to make sure we're tracking this and filling it in. And isn't it so fun to fill in squares like that? So maybe you're going to use a favorite color highlighter, or maybe you're going to use a solid bold Sharpie and you're just going to Sharpie that in. Well, these are set up with $450 retail for every one of these squares. Now, if you think about that, that's on the average, it's a $225 wholesale. That's why we've used the $450 retail. And I wanted to put it in retail version just in case you're new and you're getting free product. You're getting free product bundles that are counting in towards your quota sales for the year, or there's a flash sale, or there's a BOGO, or anything else that Mary Kay might offer. So you're just tracking straight retail, because that really is all that matters in the quota sales is your retail number. So you're going to follow that along, and you'll notice there's little markers, like there's 10,000, we've got 20,000, 30,000, and 40,000 and 45,000, meaning that you have finished. I also might throw in there that maybe you're like, Tandy, I do the quota sales every year, but I want to use this tracking sheet. You might have two of those. Maybe you want to stretch yourself and fill out two of those sheets this year and do 90,000. Isn't that exciting? All right, next up is the National Court of Sharing. Now, the reason that we want to put this in here, the reason I wanted this to be a part of it is because I want you to remember that every single person that you share this product with deserves to hear about our business opportunity. So this is kind of your reminder, like, hey, have I shared the business opportunity with her? Does she know how this works? And if not, make sure that you share the business with her too. So this is set up where it's like a 1 in 5 average, that if you share the business with 5 women, 1 would recruit. So maybe your averages are different than that. It is important to know what your averages are. So you would fill one of these squares out for every team building appointment you do, whether that's a one-on-one interview and you're having coffee together, or maybe she's on a peek into pink with your director, whatever type of a team building appointment with the follow-up where you're actually asking the question, so is this something you'd like to get started with? So would you like to join my team, where there's an actual question to close it. And then once she has joined your team, you're going to write her name in here. Again, maybe your goal is to double that, so you can print as much of those as you would like to. Okay, and then the final one is going to be the Mary Kay survey and the customer profile. So I am going to put these in video number 3. So we're going to close that off there. And I hope that this has given you a lot, right, to fill into your binder. So I will be back with video 3 on 45 to Thrive shortly.
Okay, so I feel like we have some homework. Right? So step 1 is, if you have not printed the things, print the things. If you're in my unit, I did post the templates of everything in boards in the January folder. I don't know where Diane's are.
I'll share that for you guys. I don't know that I may have just shared the link last week.
Okay. Yeah. So I asked Diane if you need hers, or you can always go to Pajama Graphics and search for Tandy's Go Give stuff. But I have it all, like, print it, do the things. And for me, like, obviously, like, I have a lot of customers. I've been doing Mary Kay 9 years, but I am going to start this fresh with just my customers, starting from the faces I see in January, because I've never done this before. So I'm super excited. So,
well, think about this. If you're an established beauty consultant, but you just started this with new customers, imagine that you would come well over the National Court of Sales, because you would have, making the Court of Sales with the fresh customers, 45 new customers, and then all your reorders and all that would still continue to be growing. So it's great.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to be organized, like extra organized. So announcements is next. Wait,
Yes.
yes. Okay, announcements. Sorry. You too can be a Mary Kay sales director. I should give everybody hope that I can find the right tab. Okay. All right. So some of these repeat from last week, some new. So today is the 12th. So if by midnight tonight you have sold enough where you've ordered 300 wholesale or more, you get to earn this training Zoom tomorrow. Um, adjust for your time zone with Julia Mundy Gardner. And she's an awesome one to follow on social media. I love her. Her stuff is so great. And I'm personally pumped about this training. Now, normally you guys are used to this being on like the 15th of the month, but we're going to Nashville. So that's why it's a little bit earlier. Cannot wait. Got my boots ready. Got my jacket, apparently, parka ready. I don't know.
Right. We need those nude tights with the fleece underneath.
Yes, they finally came in. Catherine ordered them, so they just in time.
Nice.
Next is our units are doing a team building promo.
Yeah, we're so excited.
I have a hardcore addiction to Kate Spade and Kendra Scott, and Mary Kay is entirely to blame because I didn't know they existed until I got in this company. But when each of our respective units has 15 newbies, so the Duchess Dynasty, we have 2 newbies so far, so we have 13 more. We are giving away. I'm giving away this Kate Spade, so I already have 2 entries in, so I'm in this too.
All right.
Okay. And to say we have 30 newbies by the end of the month, I'll give away 2 Kate Spades. It's all good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So be Sharon. Rise and radiate. So this is when you are selling enough to order 600 wholesale of products in the month. So those inventory orders, those CDS orders, all of those things count. When you have 4 months in a row, you get some really fun recognition at Seminar, which is our big thing in Texas this summer. When you have 5 in a row, you get to wear the very bougie sash and everyone gets to see it like all weekend long with the fancy dress, with your, professional outfits. It's going to look so good. Trust me when I say you want to wear sashes. And then if you do, I like my high eye personality. I can't handle not having the sash, right? And then when you do all 6 months, so that's like starting this month through June, then you get a Kate Spade purse and a sash. So you can do any of the 4 or 5, or obviously if you want to do all 6, this is the first month, right? So these tracking sheets, I believe we both have them in our unit Facebook pages, but also my unit, it's in boards to kind of color off how much you're at so far. And even if you have $0 in, trust me when I say one party can change everything. So, do the first month so you can have some flexibility. On February 5th, we have bingo at Core Life in Hamburg. Yay. So local friends. Make sure there's an RSVP link. I made it as a Facebook event, but also as a board's website. So if you need it, ask your director. She'll get it to you. It's going to be free to play and guests can win purses or products. We're going to have so many fun prizes, and consultants, you can also play to win and have fun. And we're going to do 3 rounds of bingo, and any guests who bring a guest with them get an extra bingo card. So we want this to be fun. Galentine's Day. It's going to be awesome. Okay, career conference. So hopefully our ladies that shared today gave you a little FOMO that you weren't with us on Saturday. If that is you, you need to come to career conference. Depending on where you live is the location you're at. Diane and myself, we are carpooling to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So if you don't love to drive, you're one of the first to register and you get to pick your car. Okay. Like Maria Lombardo was already like, I'm driving with you. So one spot in the Equinox is already gone.
There's a few spots left in the Volkswagen. We're good.
Yeah, we got lots of space, but first come, first serve, people. Okay. So Pi Day weekend, we'll be going to Pittsburgh. That being said, like I know a woman in my unit group, she can't go to Pittsburgh. So she's just gonna go to Florida. You can go to any of these you want. So if you've got teammates, girlfriends in Chattanooga, Tennessee, go to Tennessee, It's a work trip. So it's so much fun. I'm really biased about career conference because it was my first ever Mary Kay event, and my eyes were just so opened. I had no idea how big Mary Kay was, how much was really there to offer. Like if you were there this Saturday, you kind of like scratch the surface. Career conference, I gotta tell you, it's incredible. And I think in our next meeting too, I might have like Maria share about her experience last year because we went to Baltimore last year. It was super fun. So
Oh my gosh.
put you on the spot there, Maria. In 2 weeks when we meet again. Um, there are two other locations. I think they're both in Texas. I gotta look. Registration will be open next month. But just so you can, some of you have to ask off for work ahead of time. So here's the dates. Okay. That being said, also at career conference, Mary Kay loves to give out bougie prizes and fun. So just for having your My Shop link activated, super fun, extra cute lanyard. So hopefully people are shopping your link. If that's you, it is. You already get the check. It's done.
Great, yeah.
Right. If you're on target for any of the national, either the National Court of Sales or National Court of Sharing, you're gonna get some super cute little bags, some presents there, some on stage recognition, which is super
So fun.
exciting. Stark and Salt, we were talking about that today, right? The quarter ends on March 15th. So the day after we get back from Career Conference, if you're going to Pittsburgh. So if you haven't looked already, go in touch and like check out the there's also a Star Consultant app if you didn't know, and you can look at all the prizes. Like these are like a quick little snapshot of the prizes, but there's so many prizes you can pick. Or if you're boring like me, you pick Amazon gift cards.
Well, you can save your wish list. You can actually make your own poster. I mean, so good. My personal strategy is to pull a $100 gift card for MK Connections before we travel to either seminar or leadership, so I can take advantage of the specials offered with the free shipping and the bonuses and not spend a dime.
Yes. Yeah. So many fun ways. And you can save your points. You can bank them each quarter and get like a super huge prize. So many things. And then, oh, this was from last week. I didn't change that. But if you're not adopted and you would like to be adopted, let us know. Like for in-person stuff, that is. Hopefully you won't leave us here. But for in-person things, if you don't have a Diane or a Danny near you, and you want to be going to more in-person stuff, like let us know. We can look you up. We can look up directors in different areas. So
all around the globe, there's a Mary Kay meeting to go to. So we will find you someone that can mesh with your personality and meet your schedule and offers you all of the benefits of both worlds, right? Someone local and still us virtual.
Yeah, I was adopted my whole Mary Kay lifestyle as a director, and I gotta tell you, it was pretty awesome because I got prizes for my adopted director and from my real one. So, it was great. I love being adopted.
Yeah.
Okay, seminar, as we said, Texas. Now my unit, just the Sadler unit, we are the Diamond seminar.
Let me look up the Emerald
Diane,
seminar
you're
here real quick.
Emerald.
I'm looking.
I just realized that I put Diamond in here and not Emerald, and I apologize.
Yeah, and I don't have it off the top of my head today. So
Emerald, you are, I think, maybe the day after we leave. I don't know.
I hate to say it, but I really liked last year when we were at the same seminar. That was so much fun.
It was fun. I'm like, I never get to see Diane.
But we do overlap. Typically, day 0 for us is day 3 for the outcoming. So you do get to see your Mary Kay friends in other, other divisions. So the Emerald seminar is August 11th through the 13th. We are Emerald. We were Ruby, and Ruby was absorbed into Diamond, Emerald, and Sapphire. So we are going the 11th through the 13th. So as Danny's group is making their way out, we'll be making our way in.
Yes. So that is going to be in Fort Worth, Texas. So bringing out my cowboy boots again. It's going to be so fun. That is like the Oscars met the Grammys, met Miss America, met like Oprah giving you presents. Like it's pure insanity in the best way. Like seminar is a non-negotiable for me. Like I literally have to be on my deathbed to miss a Mary Kay event.
And a church retreat, the Sisterhood of Church Retreat as well.
Yes. And then we are in week 2 of bingo. And I believe Heather, she wasn't on before, but Heather Kostofiak from my unit, I believe she was a week 1 achiever, finishing her first week of bingo. So again, we're in week 2. Skin Analyzer app. If you haven't done it yourself, you got to do it with a naked face and good natural lighting. So like my vanity light, not ideal. Like you want to kind of be near the outside, like in front of like a window or something with no makeup on to get the most accurate result. So fun. Definitely get on there. And I think, oh, that is it. Okay. Yay. Awesome. And then Heather, I think, oh, there she is. You're on the screen now. Heather, do you have our Mary Kay Ash quote to wrap us up?
I do. Hold on one
Hi,
second.
Heather. Nice
Hello.
to see you.
I know. I'm glad I could listen while I was doing stuff. Are you guys still there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, because I had to go. It's on my phone, so. Mm, let's see. Okay. So the reason why I picked this one was because someone said it at the Saddle Up for Success this weekend, and it totally, it just was like a nice reminder, and it was something that I think we all just should remember. So the quote is, "Everyone has an invisible sign hanging from their neck saying, 'Make me feel important.' Never forget this message when working with people." Mary Kay Ash.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. Yay. Okay,
All
well,
right.
thank you everybody so much for being on tonight. Oh, we are not meeting on Monday next week because Diane and I will be in Nashville.
Yes, we
So
will. Yes, we will.
your homework, your binder, start filling it out. When you've started filling it out, send a picture to your director. She would love to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if you get a text from us maybe Thursday or Friday with a fun little challenge while we are away. So stay tuned,
Absolutely.
ladies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Happy
Bye.
Monday, friends.